Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon, I address you in the right mood. I am overjoyed and grateful to the people of St. Lucia for electing the party that I have the honor to lead, the St. Lucia Labour Party. Today marks a historic achievement for the St. Lucia Labour Party. It's the only party in St. Lucia to have won a second consecutive term in the last 20 years. And to increase both its share of the popular vote and the majority of the parliamentary seats. This show of trust and confidence will be the driver to putting people first. Together, we will march forward with purpose, discipline, and confidence as we strive to make our island the best place to live and work. Allow me to thank the members of Team Labour for conducting a campaign based on my administration's achievements from 2021, its policy proposals, and its trusted leadership. Many thanks also go out to the voting public for their recognition of the work over the previous years and their belief in our ability to continue what we started. Our administration will continue to remember the vulnerable. We cannot speak of preserving human dignity and a more equitable society if we are not prepared to address the basic needs of the vulnerable and differently able, so that everyone can have a dignified existence. In our new term, we will continue to target interventions to those most in need. We cannot develop a dual society where any demographic is allowed to go adrift. I speak to the disenchantment of some of our young males who are disengaged from the developmental process. We will continue to inject resources aimed at addressing the needs of this demographic. Gang membership and unlawful codes of behavior should not be a desirable alternative for our young men. We call for zero tolerance towards all forms of deviant behavior that is likely to destroy our society. I must confess that there is a matter that has caused me deep concern and has kept me awake most nights, in addition to climate change. I'm concerned that our society appears to be faltering under the weight of negativity. If we are not careful, we will pay a heavy price. My government will therefore do all it can to help preserve this trend of negativity. Within the context of this negativity, we should not encourage division and hate as normal behavior. Instead, we need to be more tolerant of those with views that are different from ours, while treating them with greater patience and respect. Social media has now become an essential aspect of our society's engagement with itself. We must therefore commit to staying away from using it for negative and destructive purposes. It shouldn't be a platform for vilifying and destroying others with whom we disagree, for slander, malicious rumors, propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation. No St. Lucian, regardless of their political persuasion or dislike for any public official, should find any comfort in collaborating with hostile foreign personalities whose sole motive is to discredit our respected democratic processes and the reputation of our country and its people. Those who work with these foreign elements are complicit in the destruction of the image and reputation of the homeland, not to mention the disrespect for St. Lucians. Upon reflection, I believe there is an urgent need for a reset in our society. And so I want to use this opportunity to make an appeal to all of you that we have a reset. Today, I call for the start of a new ethos. Let us all seek to create a society that is characterized by truth, greater empathy, and care for each other. Let us seek to create a gentler and more tolerant and patient society. Let us seek to respect the dignity and human rights of each other while we peacefully resolve our conflicts. In keeping with this new ethos, I'm appealing for more responsible and enlightened use of social media for the upliftment and the advancement of knowledge. I make this call for a new ethos for the good of our society and for the sake of our children and grandchildren, whose task will be to carry and lead us into the future. My cabinet will be sworn in next week with a clear mandate to deliver the promises we have made to you, the people of St. Lucia. We commit to do the following: confront the scourge of youth unemployment by the expansion of the Youth Economy Agency. Drive a digitally led country where our citizens will be equipped to take advantage of the new opportunities of the growing digital space. Continue the transformation of our education system to create a culture of lifelong learning. Explore opportunities available in the purple and blue economies. Create the opportunities for all communities to benefit from the growth in the tourism industry. Continue our fiscal consolidation and debt curtailment policies to enable continued growth of our economy. We will embark on an impactful capital public sector investment program that includes construction of an upgraded Hiwanora International Airport terminal, improvements to our water supply infrastructure, development and expansion of our seaports, construction of bus terminals. Government's investment in citizen security continues with the construction of a police headquarters building and more needed equipment for the police. I therefore look to your support in our next term. Our people have proven to be discerning and mature with a love for their country. Their choice has been clearly made on December 1st, 2025. My government will commit to governing under the values of equity, justice, and respect for the rule of law. We are a loving and caring government for all the people of St. Lucia. Beyond our shores, we will continue active participation in CARICOM and the OECS and subscribe to the principle of sovereignty and peace in our region. I end with some verses from Psalm 21. The King rejoices in your strength, Lord. How great is his joy in the victories you give. You have granted him his heart's desire and have not withheld the request of his lips. You came to greet him with rich blessings and placed a crown of pure gold on his head. Through the victories you gave, his glory is great. You have bestowed on him splendor and majesty. Surely, you have granted him unending blessings and made him glad in the joy of your presence. For the King's trust in the Lord, through the unfading love of the Most High, he will not be shaken. Be exalted in your strength, Lord. We will sing and praise your might. I'm excited and optimistic about the future of St. Lucia. I pledge to do my best for the development of my country. It is with humility and honor that I accept the mantle of Prime Minister for a second term. God bless our island.